Well, good morning. It's Wednesday, September 8th, and we have gathered for a morning devotion. Today's is called Make the Road by Walking. The wilderness journey is always difficult and seems to last forever. Like kids on a car ride, we keep asking, aren't we there yet? But the truth is, if we arrive before we've learned the lesson of the wilderness, we won't be able to enjoy the freedom that awaits us in the promised land beyond it. There is wisdom we will need there that we can gain only right here. There are strength and skills that we need in the future that we need to develop only here and now on the wilderness road. This is a moral muscle, and we will need them so we can exercise the strength only through our struggles on this road here and now. There's a depth and a connection with God that will be there when we need it in the future, if we learn to trust and follow God now on the long, wild road to freedom. The struggle will make us either bitter or better. The trials will lead to either breakdown or breakthrough. We'll often be tempted to return to our old lives, but in the tensions between the backward pull and the forward call, we would discover unexplainable sustenance, like manna, and unexpectable refreshment, like spring water in the desert. Against all odds, walking by faith, we will survive and more. We will learn what it means to be alive. There are no shortcuts. The road cannot be made by wishing, by whining, or by talking. It can be made only by walking, day after day, step by step, struggle by struggle. It's easier, it turns out, to get people out of slavery than it is to get slavery out of the people. So people let us walk the road right through the middle of the desert. And so what Brian McLaren is making today is kind of a point that we miss in the journey for the Israelites in those 40 years in the desert, is that this was a time where they were learning. They were learning about who they were. They were learning about who Moses was in leadership, and Aaron as well. They were learning about God and what God had in store for them. And so Brian's making the argument, if they had just gone from Egypt to the promised land, they would have learned all those things, and they would have been struggling to figure out who it is. So they had this journey of 40 years to figure out what it truly means to live and be dependent on God, to be alive with God. It took them 4 years. Now, you know, we always hear that saying that God can't give us more than we can handle, or God, get me through these troubles, as if these troubles are caused by God or something like that. But in the midst of those journeys that we're in, those troubles that we find ourselves in, what Brian is saying is this is where we gain wisdom. This is where we learn lessons that will get us down the road when we need them the most. They're lessons we can use when a similar situation comes again. So in the struggles that we have, maybe this is where God is saying, here I am. Let's learn something together. It took the Israelites 40 years. Let's hope it doesn't take that long for us.